Welcome to LIS754. In this session, we are going to review the Canvas site and talk about the primary deliverables and the process for this class. I'd like to start with the syllabus page. This is the core of the site. You'll see that there is a link. There's an entry for every week of the semester. From this page, there's a link to another page, and this page has all of the information that you will need for that week's session. The readings, videos, links to assignments, links to discussions. So there's two ways to view this. One is from the syllabus page and the other is from the schedule page. The schedule is just a different view along with the readings for that week. So all of the readings are available either way. And again, this link will take you directly to the page with all the information. The course deliverables are designed to support the learning goals for this class. I would appreciate it if you would go and read through those and take a look at those. For this class, the goal is to create a full systems analysis and design document. We are going to look at all the different components of a systems design. You're going to design a system based on a topic that you're interested in. So we're going to talk about how systems become initiated. How do we start up a project? How do we think about systems in general? And then there's a very specific way of thinking called systems thinking that we're going to spend an entire session on. We're going to do project management. That is, how do we make sure that we can get this system that we are interested in developed? We're going to talk about how do we understand what exactly needs to be done, and this is called requirements gathering. We're going to create a process model, a flow chart that's going to say data comes in this process, it comes in, it gets processed in this specific way, and it comes out and it goes into the next set of processes. We're going to model that using a process called flow charting. This is a very widely used tool in systems development. And you're going to do it for your system. We're going to look at how we can think about our systems in terms of objects. We're going to do a data design. We're going to create a user interface design. We're going to actually write up these specifications. We're going to consider the security requirements of this. We're going to look at how we create a systems architecture. So these are all the things that we're going to do during the session, and all of those are components of your final project. And so if you do the work every week, if you take the feedback from your peers and from me and incorporate it into your components, you will have a complete requirement by the time you're done that has already been partially vetted and that's already been partially vetted. These are going to be completed during the course of the semester. They are going to comprise 30% of the class. Another 33% is the participation in discussions. There are a variety of discussions that will go on during the course. At the end of the last session, the week 14, we are going to present, you are going to create presentations on your systems analysis as if you were presenting this to a group of your peers in the organization for which you are creating the system, and convince us that this is a good and well done systems analysis. And then your final project is worth 25. The final document will be worth 25% of your grade. So each of these components will be the subject of our discussion, right? So all of the videos, all of the assignments, the discussions, the readings are geared towards giving you sufficient information to be able to do this project. I recognize that most of you have not done systems analysis and design before, and so this is going to be a new process. And so I will, it'll be very, hopefully everything will be very clear to you, although it might still feel a little scary and you'll feel like you've never done this before because you haven't done it before. But through the feedback of your peers and through the feedback that I'll give you, I think that you'll be able to do this. This is not the first time I have taught this class. There have been other people who have never had any experience in doing systems analysis and design, who didn't even consider themselves to be very technically oriented people, and they did just fine. Right? They did just fine. So here, those are the course deliverables. This is what we're going to be doing over the course of the semester. Each of these components have been put into an assignment on Canvas. And so when you create one, so the project proposal, decide on the kind of system that you would like to develop for this course, you should consider the ideas and issues described in the course materials for this week. A document of 500 to 1,000 words. Document should be well written in a professional style with good grammar. Much of the work that we're going to be doing is going to be shared with your team. You're going to be put into groups. Those groups are going to read your documents, comment on your documents, and doing that process of sharing your individual system components with your team. You're going to be learning from each other. And I will comment and contribute to those discussions as well. I have found this to be quite an effective process. So each of those are also discussions, right? So you have the assignment for creating that project proposal, and then you have a discussion about it. So you can, and that's how the grading will happen. That's how the process will happen. Your final class presentation and your final project. On the home page, there are several other links. One is to my office hours. So my office is in the Crown Library in 331, room 331. It's a little circuitous when you try to walk around there, for those of you who are not from GSLIS. My office hours are on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 4 to 5:30. I will not have office hours during spring break or Easter break, but I am very, very glad to meet with you at other times. If these times do not work for you, please, and you have questions and want to meet up, please let me know. I will be glad to work out a time that's mutually beneficial for both of us. I can also talk on the telephone, which is fine with me. Just give me an email and we can arrange for a time to talk on the phone. I also would be very glad to talk and communicate via Skype. And Skype is a really useful way because we can, if face-to-face doesn't work, because we can share documents on Skype. You can share a desktop and it's easy to, I can see your documents, the things that you're having issues or questions about. So anytime, come and either stop by office hours, stop by the office, or send me an email. I'm very, very glad to meet. We do have a page on class policies. Please read through this carefully. You are expected to abide by the GSLIS academic policies and student conduct, which are about academic integrity, and you know, so please read through those carefully. I reserve the right to change the syllabus if things come up. If we anyway, if dates need to be changed, on assignments to add new readings, if I find something really interesting. So the course may change. So just be aware. If I change the course, I will send you an email. I will note it in the syllabus or on the page itself. And if it's significant enough that it changes the syllabus, I will post a new PDF and put a new revised date up here. So you can see that I revised it the other day as I realized that one of the readings had disappeared. This course has a number of assignments throughout the semester. Please try to turn those in on time. Late assignments are strongly discouraged. It makes everything difficult because of this idea of sharing your materials with your teammates. If you have a problem, if you know that you are not going to be able to turn your assignment in on time, to be able to have the discussion with your teammates, to be able to do this in a reasonable way, please let me know as soon as possible. I am glad to work with you to make other arrangements, but because everything is built upon every other assignment, so you do a project proposal, you start with the process flow. We start doing all these different components, and each one builds on the other, and falling behind is going to be problematic. It'll just make it very difficult. So please try to turn the work in on time. Let me know in advance if you are not going to be able to make it, and we can try to work out some other arrangements. We are using Canvas. If you have problems with Canvas, you can contact IT. They're the best people to contact for, access things. If you find errors or mistakes, please let me know. I am really glad to make changes. I will be releasing the classes. So right now, classes have been are not published. I will be releasing them several days before the beginning of each of the sessions. So if the session for February 1st is not yet available to you, that's by design. So we're going to be releasing these several days before they're due. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions about that. So I will really let me know if you have any questions about the syllabus, have any questions about the course. All right, talk to you soon.